Is already rumbling because this week on The Dish, we are taking you to Indiana, where Chef Samir Mohammed is serving up a bit of love in every bite. With his rotating menu driven by what fresh and local ingredients he can find each month, Chris Van Cleve shows us there's more in the Hoosier State than you'd expect.
Noblesville, Indiana, a slice of Norman Rockwell Americana, about 40 minutes north of Indianapolis. May not top your Michelin list of culinary capitals, but if you can manage to score a reservation at the 9th Street Bistro, you will find it was worth the trip.
That's pretty.
An intimate and elevated dining experience aimed at bringing flavors from farm to table that aren't often served up in central Indiana.
I got Jimmy's for you.
Marked by a creativity that grew out of Chef Samir Mohammed's time in a cramped Coast Guard cutter galley.
How does having been a Coast Guard cook translate to elevated dining?
The Coast Guard actually has really great food program, and you're cooking for large amounts of people who you have to live with as well on a boat. So if your cooking sucks, you're going to hear about it.
Who's the harsher critic, restaurant goers or shipmates?
Probably shipmates.
Driven by his motto of a lot of love and a lot of work, Mohammed's ever-changing menu is a testament to his desire to bring happiness to every bite. Coming out of the kitchen during our visit, a table full of the bistro's best.
Everything looks amazing. Where should we start?
I think we should start with the burrata. It's always on our menu, and it's always in a different style or with a different accoutrement.
This burrata features hand-stretched mozzarella wrapped around a creamy ricotta filling with a peach chimichurri, greens covered with a peach vinaigrette, and candied pepitas, or as I know them, pumpkin seeds.
What is the secret to a good burrata?
I think it's the hand pulling of the mozzarella, getting that stretched correctly, and then just that perfect cream in the center as well.
The peach adds a great flavor.
Right. So savory, and then that peach just kind of cuts in. I love that. It's not very often I get to sit and eat my own food. This is really good.
Among Chef's favorite shareables is the artichoke. They remove the thorns, half the artichoke, and marinate it with rosemary and balsamic for 2 days before serving it with fresh lemon, caper berries, and a can't-be-missed lemon caper aioli.
So what we like to do is we start on the outer leaves here. You pull that out. You've got that cool little bit of meat. And really, an artichoke is an excuse to eat aioli. We like to just give that a little dip, and then you basically just take that and scrape it. Chicken is 1, carpaccio's 2.
Mohammed grew up in Taos, New Mexico, falling in love with food young.
My uncle, who is a chef, had a restaurant that he let me cook at, and just seeing the chefs working there and that lifestyle, it was just so attractive to me.
After the Coast Guard, he worked in restaurants in Colorado before opening his own.
How did you end up here?
My wife is a Hoosier, and while visiting here, I just really loved the access to fresh produce and all the farms and ranches all around.
Basil, Carlos.
Cooking local has become a hallmark of his menu. About 70% of the ingredients come from within 2 hours of the kitchen, including this roasted bullhorn pepper grown about 12 minutes away.
It's super sweet. The skin on it is really tender, and it's a perfect vessel for stuffing.
It's stuffed with mushroom and cilantro risotto. It can be paired with a 5-ounce lobster tail and served in a harissa broth.
What is a harissa broth?
Harissa is Middle Eastern ketchup.
That's really good. You can taste a lot of flavor from that sauce that comes through.
The 9th Street Bistro was set to open in early 2020. Instead, it survived the pandemic by offering a weekly supper club for pickup. The unique mix of meals, inspired by chefs' travels around the world, built a following. So when the restaurant finally opened, demand was steady and reservations hard to get, in part because they only offer 9 tables with a total of 35 seats.
We put a lot of care and thought into every dish. We could fit a couple more tables in here. We could have some outside dining if we wanted, but I think it loses that love and care and trying to just be a pump it out factory.
Even if that means you're bringing in fewer customers.
Right. We care really more about the experience here than making $1.
And they're only open 4 nights a week.
That is an interesting business strategy. We're going to not fill to capacity. We're not going to be open every day.
Yeah,
That's different.
I know, it sounds crazy when you say it like that. Taking care of our staff is really important to us, and being open for those 4 days a week is really key to make that happen. This is probably my favorite dish on the menu right now.
For a contrarian cook like Chef Samir, it's no surprise he'd go for a cut of meat that's often overlooked. Our main course, locally sourced pork cheeks, braised in white wine and herbs for 2.5 hours, served over polenta made with fresh corn. Cooked up with the pork cheeks is bacon cured in-house and topped with a fontina mornay sauce.
It's important to use the whole animal and introduce people to cool new things. And I love these pork cheeks because they're just, structured, but they're so meaty and shreddy.
And it almost kind of melts apart in your mouth when you're...
Of course, no meal is complete without dessert. So Chef served up his gluten-free pistachio Basque cheesecake with Saba roasted strawberries, whipped cream, and crushed pistachios.
What makes a good dessert?
Love. You have to love what you're doing. You have to care for the item, care for the ingredients.
And a love for serving it up with a small town feel
Chili lobster.
that feels a lot like home. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Chris Van Cleve in Noblesville, Indiana.
Chef, we can feel the love in this pistachio Basque cheesecake. It is so good, everything about it.
Oh my God! When I heard I got to fill in for Michelle, I was like, "Is there food?"
Food?
It did
Right.
Not disappoint. I also got to say, my in-laws, they're an hour outside Indianapolis. You're gatekeeping, okay? Why haven't we gone here? We're going there.